Hey, everybody. My name is Lucy. This is my boyfriend Nick, and I've been really interested in learning languages. I really need to buckle down and get more speaking practice in, which is why I want to start making this channel. So I've been learning Spanish for about like 9 or 10 months at this point, and I can listen to it pretty well, but I just can't string words together. I've also started learning Japanese. I wasn't taking it seriously at first, but now I've gotten really into it, and I think I might actually, want to start building up my speaking skills there as well. And my boyfriend, Nick, on the other hand, is also learning Spanish, so
Un poco.
un poco. So we'll probably start recording some clips of where we are currently.
Sí, pronto.
Pronto. So that was my boyfriend. Occasionally I want to invite some other people to come here who are also learning Japanese and Spanish to come and speak along with me. And my boyfriend will be here most of the time to practice Spanish with me. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit more about my language learning process so far. I started learning Spanish, about like last summer. Sometime last summer, I started learning Spanish because my business partner and I decided to move to Mexico for 3 months, and I thought it would be cool to, learn Spanish and maybe be able to talk with some of the locals there. I did learn a lot. I was able to understand a lot actually of what people were saying, especially if they were talking at a, fairly slow pace. Which they would, because I'm a foreigner, so they would talk slow enough for me, and I could understand like 66% of what they were saying. However, I could not form any sentences at all. Even though I could understand it, I can't form it myself. I never formally took Spanish. I just kind of been using a lot of other different resources, and I can talk about that more in another video. And I realized there was like, a certain point that my listening abilities and my speaking abilities are so far apart from each other that it was making me really uncomfortable. I felt like my speaking abilities haven't grown at all since, like 6 months ago when I came back from Mexico. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to start this YouTube channel, to really document my progress and to force me to actually speak enough to have progress to show people. So as for Japanese, I only started doing Japanese kind of just for fun. I didn't have any intentions to really practice it to fluency or anything like that, and I'm still not really sure what my final goal is. I'm going to Japan in November, and so my goal is to be able to hold a conversation with people who are willing to put up with me. So I took a Japanese class with my roommates. I thought it was fun. I feel like I learned some stuff, but I didn't think I got as much out of it as I could have, and part of that was my fault because I did not really take it too seriously at the time. But now I really do want to improve my Japanese. I started listening to Japanese Pod 101 podcast. They do shows in other languages as well, and with like just 1 week of listening to this podcast, I felt that I understood, like things started to make sense to me so much more, and then it made me really want to learn the rest of the language as well. I've actually always been interested in cultures and always been interested in languages, but it has never been a priority for me. Well, now I want it to be a priority for me.